Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Randall. This is the McClures. We react, review, look at, make fun of stuff over here. Today we're going to be checking out this Kyrie Irving situation. Uh, Looks like he's the next on the canceled chopping block after Kanye, Ye, whatever he's going by these days. So I'm curious. So we're gonna check out this first interview, which is where supposedly he put his foot in the mouth. Um, and I say supposedly, like I said, I haven't heard it before. I've been trying to stay away from the details, but I have seen it pop up everywhere that he's in trouble. But I'm assuming that he just spoke truth. That seems to offend and piss off everybody these days. But let's take a look and see what's going on here.
The hero is the one who does what he knows is right.
I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion.
I was hoping they would explain it because I didn't get the original post that he shared, some documentary. I'm not sure what documentary it was.
I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions, and my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
He's like, look, I'm sharing knowledge. I found something. It was interesting. I posted it. I didn't say anything about agreeing 100% with it, but it's something that people should look at.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son, Elohim, and my wife, Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so we're
in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
I don't hear uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to
Well, what did they just bleep out right there? I want to know what that was.
black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive And it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand.
Because Alex Jones is right, bro. 80% of the time. Sometimes decades before everybody else.
When Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive.
That's bullshit. Nobody had to relive anything because of what fucking Alex Jones said. That's some bullshit.
To all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, and it's actually hilarious, because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
That makes me curious to go look at what else he posted that day, because he kind of implied that like that wouldn't be the most offensive thing that posted that day.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the title?
By putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting.
Yeah,
put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not
you put things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is not
so let's move on.
Filled with anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want, so say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
it's no people that you're making up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do you guys have any more questions for me?
And they're going to say,
you guys have any more questions? Because this is going to be a clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball.
It being important to build on that defense and getting back to your habits and getting to your good spots. How would you just describe the defensive effort and the mindset of the team tonight?
It was a disaster. I mean, how else do you say it? I mean, I didn't see the will, didn't see the desire, or the connectivity necessary to get stops and get rebounds.
No offense to any basketball fans. I know Steve Nash from back in the day as a player, but what is his correlation here? Is he some kind of coach, the head coach, or?
Following up on that, I mean, you're usually in here. Two questions very quickly. What was the message that you were imparting to the team after?
That was it. You know, we just got to make a bigger commitment. It's got to mean more, and we got to care more.
And obviously, you've talked repeatedly about, you know, making sure that the team is staying together and not pulling away from the game plan defensively. I mean, are you worried that somehow your message is just simply not getting through? I know you're repeating it. Are you concerned that they're not hearing it?
No, they're hearing it. I mean, they're arguing with each other about missing coverages and the lack of communication out there. So, you know, just too many errors on top of lack of effort at times. And, you know, sometimes it's not even about schemes. It's about fighting, you know, whether it's, you know, any defense, if you're letting a guy run in and grab an offensive rebound unopposed, I mean, it's hard to get stops. You know, they're just going to get 2 or 3 chances at the basket.
Coach, where do you guys go from here?
We have to look deep inside ourselves and what we want to do. What do we want to accomplish? You know, do we want to give up on this because it's been difficult early? Or do we want to get here early in the season? Our mentality. Way to get
Steve, you talked about the lack of will. I mean, Indiana came in
20 points in the last.
All right, so I guess that's everything on Kyrie for that one. There's another interview that I seen here, and says that he still won't apologize. So I'm curious to see what this one says. Let's include it on the same video.
Change it up with the old, change it and with the new, change it up.
Post pause people. I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary, so I take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind, you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or did you not apologize?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your morals?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community. And I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility.
Yeah, he needs to apologize because he watched a documentary that he doesn't agree with completely, but that was interesting, so he thought other people should check it out. Like, what are we talking about here?
Then that's where I sit. So, you know, these same questions that you guys ask me.
Like, especially for me, like, I'm a reactor, right? So I post stuff on my channel. I don't like it all. Like, I got this one coming up. I just uploaded it. I think it's going to come out tomorrow or the next day. Like the real Mexican OT or the Mexican OT or something. I seriously thought it was a gimmick or a joke. But because I put him on there, I support this guy and everything he's ever said and stood for. And like, I got to do background research on everybody and find out if they tweeted something that I don't agree with. Like, what are we talking about here?
Me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color.
A melanated,
demeaning me because
person.
of my religious beliefs. And I'm still sitting in the seat standing.
That's one way to say it, I guess.
I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and then I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with.
See, I just don't like that kind of fucking attitude. Oh, we've been treated like slaves for... Everybody was slaves, bro. Everybody. Like, what are we talking about here? They're slaves right now. Like, I'm Irish, bro. It's not like we had it good. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit, though? Like, I hate that people walk around carrying burdens of ancestors. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro? You're a millionaire at 30.
Generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things, because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in that. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I could stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be, looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth, and I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I study. I know the Oxford Dictionary, you look it up, right? It's one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in the book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower because it helps me understand where I'm going and where I come from. Like a tree with roots.
Kyrie, the
reading is a superpower. I like that, bro. Put that on a shirt. Matter of fact, I will put that on a shirt on my website.
Falsehoods. It said
Yeah,
the
write that
Holocaust
down.
didn't happen. Do you
Again,
believe the Holocaust
those falsehoods
happened?
are unfortunate. And it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that. Never, ever have said it. It's not come out of my mouth. I never tweeted it. I never liked anything like it. So the Holocaust in itself is an event that means something to a large group of people that suffered something that could have been avoided. No one said we had to practice racism. No one said we had to treat each other like garbage. No one said that I had to stand here today and understand
Democrats
that
did.
Many people that come from generations 60 years ago, 40 years ago, enslaved some of my ancestors still, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and it's still going on. And you guys are asking me, respectfully, to speak on something that was a documentary that I had nothing to do with. I didn't make it. So just please keep that same energy when you guys are addressing me.
Kyrie, for the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Again, I'm gonna repeat.
All right,
I don't know how the
Europeans didn't make anybody slaves. We bought people that were already slaves. I'm gonna say we like I'm European. I'm Irish. I don't know how many slaves the Irish had. I know we were slaves. We were on the same signs as the black folk. No blacks, no Irish. We weren't welcome either. But I assume when the lefties pass their reparations, they'll want to check for me also. Fuck that.
Label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
He's basically saying, in his opinion, black people are Jewish. Therefore, he can't be anti-Semitic because he'd be hating himself. That's what he believes. This is America. Let him fucking believe it. Leave the guy alone. But shout out to Homeboy for not taking down the tweet or apologizing. Just say, look, I shared a fucking documentary. If you don't like the documentary, you don't like who made it, go talk to them. I don't know what to tell you. Kick rocks. All right, I like this guy. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. Sponsored by McClure's.store. If you'd like to pick up quality American products instead of buying crap from the Chinese, McClure's.store. Take care, guys.